The biggest mistake that I made after my spinal cord injury was thinking that I could handle it all and that I was strong enough to just take on the whole situation by myself. And don't get me wrong, I take pride in being resilient. I take pride in being strong. And I think that's something that all of us can take pride in. And we need to strive for that. It doesn't matter if you have a spinal cord injury. It doesn't matter if you have just regular challenges in life. It doesn't matter. You know, we have to be strong. That's part of being a human being. That's part of being resilient. That's part of facing life and facing challenges. But at some point, you have to realize that you're going to need help and that it's impossible to take on huge challenges alone. Some people might, and don't get me wrong, it's probably something that you can actually do. And many of you have probably survived your spinal cord injury mostly by yourself. But at some point, you're going to need support. You're going to need to ask for help, and you're going to need to find support either with somebody you love or somebody that's, you know, in your community or outside of your family. And for me, it was just a huge realization that I had to come to, that I needed help and I needed support. I always wanted to do things for myself, and I started realizing that the frustration of not being able to handle certain things just kept building and building and building. And every time that I would face challenges by myself, I mean, I tried to do things, I would try to go through things by myself, and all that anger, all that frustration, all those feelings of helplessness to some degree, and at some point would just be bottled up. It would just be bottled up inside, and it would build and build and build and build. And eventually, as many of you know, when you bottle things up, when you don't express things, or when you don't find an outlet and don't ask for help, eventually all that is going to come out. And for some, it might be just stress. For some, might be, you know, anger and frustration and sadness. For me, it almost made me sick sometimes. It would screw up my stomach. I would just blow up completely. Sometimes I would be in my car and the littlest thing, like dropping my keys or something like that, would just make me blow up. I would start cursing. I would start, you know, yelling inside the car. I would just do really crazy things that were not me. That wasn't me. But it was all because I thought I could do it by myself, and I thought I could handle things 100%. And eventually I had to learn how to ask for help. Eventually I had to accept that I couldn't do certain things. Eventually I had to just let go, right? I had to just realize that a lot of it was just ego, right? A lot of it was just being too proud to ask for help, being too proud to say I couldn't do this, being too proud to just live life with the support of others. And once I started accepting that, once I started asking for help and learning how to ask for help, things started falling into place and things started getting better in many ways. And look, even today, I still get frustrated because I can't do things, but I'll be more likely to ask for help. I'll be more likely to, you know, get support or find somebody that can help. And in the end, I think that it's super important for somebody that's going through a spinal cord injury in the first stages or the first few weeks or years, or somebody that's just going through something really challenging, to understand that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for a hand. It's okay for you to accept that maybe some things are not possible, right? And for me, I can be completely honest, it's not the funnest thing to accept. It's not the greatest feeling, right, to accept that you can't do something, but it takes a huge weight off of your shoulders. And if you accept that, if you ask for help, if you find support, your burden, or the burden that you might be feeling, and all that weight on top of your shoulders, it's gonna be dissipating little by little, and you're going to feel a lot better, and you're going to live a happier life. You're going to have less blow-ups, less anger, less frustration, and hopefully live a much better life. All right, if you like this conversation, if you have a spinal cord injury or know somebody that has a spinal cord injury, feel free to like, subscribe, leave me your comments below. What do you think about, learning how to live this way? And I will be happy to reply and comment to you. Talk to you soon.